beautiful Cal's Crafts. Welcome back if you've been before, and hi, if this is your first time. This is my whip and chat for this week. It's a work in progress, and I have a little chat telling you about what's been going on in the Withington household. First of all, I've got a new candle, as you can see, 2 flames. This is my spiced berries and apple. So we've got double the prayers, thoughts and positivity with this one. So I'm going to put that there for you all. I've got half a cup of cold tea as usual. No, I don't really like it cold, but yeah. Got my shiny Shazza tray and my Diamond Art Club funnel. I've got my pen my husband made, and this one is a Diamond Art Club, which my end keeps falling out, which I need to put some tape around, but I keep forgetting. And then I've got my Halloween bats and things cover minder, and one of my own cover minders, and some wee wax if I need it, and some Diamond Art Club wax depending on what I decide to use. So what are we working on? We are working on, with Sandra from Autistic Perspective and Connoisseur Crafter, Bubble Bubble Chocolate Trouble. We decided to do it together. It's a 56 by 64 by Randall Spangler, and I got it from Diamond Art Club. And of course it's the dragons, which you all know I absolutely love. So let's get some. Oh, we'll have some diamonds in there. Leave them there, we'll get them later. Right, so what we're going to do, I think we'll do some arrows. I'm working on 2 sections. Don't ask me why. I just decided to do the other night, and yeah. So we went a bit, usually I just work 1 section at a time, but you know, that's not going to work for me on that. So we're going to get rid of that one, because that will drive me. That one's doing the same. And we've got one there, yep. So I'm going to use this one. This is my Old Faithful. I got this from Teddy and Tree. So I'm going to swap the 4-placer into there and put the 3-placer into there. Right, let's get going. Is that the same as that one? Yep. So I must have jumped out. So how's your week been? Have you been busy little bees? Have you been quiet? Have you been crafting or not crafting? I haven't done much crafting. I've been busy working on my Etsy shop all week. A lot of paperwork. I've been cutting out, ironing, folding, stitching, re-ironing, restitching, stitching. It's been, yeah, so a lot of work goes into them. That's in between, you know, doing everything else that I need to do in life. But yeah, it is 8:30 at night. It's the first chance I've got. I've had to leave my Etsy stuff to come and do this. You will hear coming and goings. As I say, everybody's home. Well, apart from Josh, like, obviously. The dog keeps wanting to come in and out. The cat keeps wanting to come in and out. You know, the bipolar one. They're driving me insane. So, the dog was cutched up with Grant, because Grant's been to Cirencester today to a craft fair, which is about just over 2 hours away. So he got back about an hour ago. Well, no, not even. Yeah, about an hour ago. 7:30ish. And so she was all over him, and now he's gone to settle in the front room. I thought she'd be on the settee, but I think it's because I'm in there, and I'm in the kitchen and he's in the front room, and she's like, no, I want you both in there. So she's not settling, so she's pounding the hallway, and the cats have just had a scrap. Well, the cat down the road wants to be friends with our Molly, which is the black and white one, but Molly doesn't want to be friends, and Sooty down the road comes and sits on our doorstep hoping that Molly will be friends with her, but no, she don't want to know. So they've been scrapping today. Well, Molly's been trying to scrap with Sooty, and the dog goes frantic because she doesn't like hearing them scrapping. So I brought Molly back in now, because Molly's been going in and out all day. So I said, brought her in, and I said, you're staying in now, because it's too late to be scrapping. And of course Ellie's just sleeping upstairs. think she's on my bed now because Millie's in our room playing on a PlayStation, because it's the only telly upstairs it'll work on. Because Joshua's taken his telly. No, his telly's here, but it broke on transit. The screen did. So he's left his computer screen here, but we haven't got the cables. So we don't know where the cables are for it. He thinks they're packed away somewhere in one of the boxes in his room, but I'm not going to go ferreting. Yeah, so Fatty McGee's up there snoring her little head off. But she is cute though when she snores, to be fair. She has got the cutest little snore. So you will hear my floorboards squeaking as they're moving around because they are so noisy, it's unreal. Well, I don't think they're actually floorboards. I think they're just like plasterboard, not plasterboard, I don't know what, flooring board, whatever it's called. But they do creak, and so I don't know. But 1980, I think these were put in or something like that. Or was it 78? I can never remember. A long time ago anyway. I think a sneeze is coming, so I do apologise. Oh. Don't know where that came from. Yeah, but they do squeak a lot, as they say. Oh, I'm loving this painting, I got to admit. It is a real joy to work on. There's a couple up there. It's so easy to pick your drills up, find the drills that you need, you know, everything about it. It's just a pleasure. And I love these, you know, these in this. I absolutely love this. I've got another one. I bought two at the same time. So I'm definitely going to be using this again on a big project. So I think I can have one or two projects on the go at a time. I'm thinking maybe. Especially now I'm storing them back in their boxes rather than trying to put them up on a hanger. Seems it's poured glue rather than double-sided, so I don't get any bubbles. So while I'm doing these, I can fold them and put them away, roll them and put them away back in the box, which means I haven't got loads of paintings all over the place. Because this is my kitchen table that I'm working on. Well, can you find the little line? It's a little blue line. Orange, red, blue. There you are. It was hiding. So I took Millie to Hereford orthodontist on Monday. Oh my God, that man had a real attitude. Gee whiz. Millie was an absolute wreck when we came out of there. He was patronising as hell. She had braces to straighten her teeth, and they took them out too early, and they made her top jaw go back too far because the bands apparently were on the wrong way. And she's never missed a day of putting her retainers in, ever. They're painful for her every day. She's in pain with them. So our dentist wasn't happy, so he referred her back and said they should be redone. He totally agreed. He was not happy with the way they were, and he said yes, it can be done. Her jaw can be wired so that, because she hasn't finished growing. Went to see the orthodontist, and it's the only one we were allowed to see in Wales, because you have to, you know, it's not like palaver. And he said, oh, she would have to have surgery on her jaw to move her jaw. And I said, well, how come you've moved it by using braces? I said, because it wasn't like that before. And he said, well, that's because she's finished growing now, and that's the way her jaw is. He said she's got a short jaw on the top. That's why it's like it is. And I said, but she didn't have it before. And he said, will you be quiet and let me finish? He said, you're not listening to what I said. I said, well, I apologise for that. I said, carry on then. So he said the same thing over again. I said, yeah, and I'm saying that she needs to have her teeth straightened because they've moved. I can't see how they could have moved. They must have been like that. He said, there's nothing we can do. He said, she'll have to wear her retainer day and night, he said, and for 6 weeks, he said, and then he said, I might think about fixing them into the position they are now. Well, Millie, and of course I was getting a bit agitated, I've got to admit, and I was going, well, surely you can do something. No, it's got to be, she'd have to have surgery to have a jaw moved, blah, 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 and her teeth realigned. And I'm thinking, so Millie got upset. She said, can we just go? Can we just go? So he said, make an appointment in 6 weeks and I will see how her teeth is after she's put this retainer in day and night. So we come out and Millie just burst into tears. She said, I can't do it, Mum, because she said it fills so much up with saliva. It stinks when I wear it overnight in the morning. She said, can you imagine having to do that in school? Trying to pull it in and out when I'm eating. So she said, no. She said, I'm going to have to live with it. And I was talking to Grant after, and I said, I think it was more a fact that if they moved her teeth or did anything, they would be admitting then that they hadn't done a good enough job in the beginning. So I've got to see now. So I want to see now if I can get her referred to the one Jessie's going in Shrewsbury and say that I'm not happy with the treatment we've got there. He was awful. He was so patronising. It was unreal. He'd practically called me thick because I didn't know what I was talking about, and that he was a professional and he'd been doing it for so many years. Was it 20 years? So he knew exactly what he was talking about and I didn't. And I said, well, I do know is that her jawline's been moved. I said, by your orthodontist. I said, and she wants her jaw to go back how it was, not how it is now. I said, she never asked for her jaw to be moved, and it was because the bands were on backwards. Well, I don't know that. I've got no records of that. I thought, no, you bloody wouldn't, would you? So apparently all her records have disappeared. He said, I haven't even got photos, he said, to look back on to see what they were like before, he said. So I said, well, where are they gone? He said, oh, we don't keep them once they're been done and dealt with. I thought, aye, just in case somebody like me comes along to complain. But I know nothing will be done, it never is. And I haven't got the money to fight for it or get it done privately. So there's a hair there, look. Can you see it? I might have to just, it's flat into the paper, so I might just have to put a thing over the top. I know you needed to know there that one of my hairs is stuck to the canvas. I know it's mine because it's really long. So that was, yeah, because she was supposed to start sixth form high school on Monday. So she went in the morning, got a lesson schedule, and then she was supposed to start then Tuesday for art, but the art teacher wasn't in, so she couldn't start Tuesday because he'd come down with COVID the week before, so he was off, so she didn't have any lessons Tuesday. And then Wednesday she did go in Wednesday, and then Thursday she had art in a different school which she'd not been to before, which is about 7-8 miles away. So she had a bit of a breakdown there. She said, oh, she couldn't do the art and stuff because the kids had a message from the teacher that's off saying what they had to do on Tuesday. I think he sent it Friday or Saturday to them by Teams and said on this email, make sure you tell Millie what's going on. Of course, nobody bothered to tell Millie, did they? So Tuesday she finds out that it's all this work that needs to be done. So, and she got, thing. And of course, so I said to her, just text, email Mr. Bennett, tell him what's gone on. So she did. And of course, then when she went to this new teacher for art in Bilth, she had a complete meltdown because she didn't understand what they were doing or what she was to do. So I spent an hour and a half on the phone with her back and forth, and I did get it, gave her some ideas of how she could do what she was asked to do. And then when she came home, she said she was a bit better. I got her to email Mr. Bennett and say to him again what had gone on, and he was brilliant. He likes Millie anyway. He was so chuffed that she was going to go into his class. So yeah, so I think she's a bit happier now because she's doing identity and what, something. I can't remember. Identity and something else combined. So she did settle a little bit then, to be fair, and then she had 2 RE lessons yesterday, which she likes her, so she enjoyed that. So I said, at least with the in-between excuse me, lessons, I said you've got to walk home because it's only like a couple of minutes, well, it's about 6 minutes if that, walking distance from us. So she'd come home for dinner because a couple of days and that she was in, and then went back. That was Wednesday, Thursday. Yesterday she was late, hadn't got to go in till late, and then she came back because me and Grant were in Hereford, so she came back and seen to the dog dinner time for us. So I said to her, that's got to be better, isn't it, being able to pop home and not have to get up early when you've got a late lesson and stuff. She said yeah. So I think we'll give it a couple of weeks for her to settle back into the groove. I think she'll be fine there. I think she'll be glad that she's made the switch. So I bought her when we went Monday, because this orthodontist is such a prick. We went to Hobbycraft, and I got her some art supply. So I got her some watercolour paper, A3, because she's having to work in A3 size for A-levels. So we got A3 watercolour. She wanted some more pure black paint. What was the other thing? She had something else. I can't remember, something else for her art, so she was pleased with that. And then when she went in, she needs to get one more A3 sketchbook, but she's doing it in the craft paper. So if we do it through the school, it's less than half price. So I said they're going to order this next week. There's 2 more there. So I said that's okay. So she's sorted. Jess is the same as ever. They've sent a letter in and they say they're giving them the nasal flu jab. All the kids have got to have them. First time they've introduced that. So she wants it. So I said, yeah, if she wants it, she can have it. She had a jab on Wednesday. We went down there and it was quite good. It's well organised, to be fair. It's in the showground. And parked in the disabled, which is just outside, which is easier for me. Went in and I said to Jess, oh, it's not too bad a queue, like, you know, there was about, I don't know, 14 kids, if that, in front. It still took like 50 minutes. Everybody else seemed to have been, let me just turn that off onto volume. Everybody else seemed to have been 10 or 15 minutes in the cubicles at a time. It felt like there was 9 cubicles, at least 10 minutes at a time. We were in and out within less than 5 minutes. And yeah. Jess said, yeah, just put it in my hand, in my arm, let's go. Because I promised her a Burger King after. So she had it in her arm. She thought, it's not bad, you have to wait 15 minutes after. So that we did that on top, and then we went down and got Burger King, and then we took the Burger King down by the river, and we sat down by the river, and she had a Burger King, and I had, well, she had this Angus burger thing. She said it was lovely. I thought, oh, I'll just have a few nuggets, because we hadn't had no tea or nothing. I bit into one nugget. Oh my god. Yeah, no. So I just drank my coffee, and then because it's pitch black, so we went for a walk then along the riverbank, and I did put a picture up. It wasn't a fantastic picture because my camera wouldn't pick it up, but there's a bridge the cars go over, and it looked like perfect circles because the river is a really big, dangerous river at times. A kid got killed in there a couple of years back, and but it was like perfect circles. The river was so kind, it's quite deep, but it was just like, and it's about, I don't know, it's quite wide as well, but it was just so still. I've never seen it like that, not unless we're in drought or something in the summer. So I took a photo. Oh, it was lovely, it was. And then we had a little walk, and then I was too much for me, so I went back to the car, and Jessie walked a bit further and then come back, and then we come home. But she was fine. She hasn't had any reactions to it. She had the Pfizer, they only have one. Nothing, no reaction at all. A tiny bit of a sore arm, she said, but nothing that she could even really complain about. Most of her friends were a bit fluey with it, but she was fine. Mind you, Jess isn't ill. None of my kids are ill very often. Very rare they get coughs and colds and stuff like that, or stomach bugs or anything. All three of them have got really good immune systems. They follow me that way, and Grant. Grant's got a really good immune system, and I have. Not very often I pick up bugs. Very rare to get a cough or a cold or a sickness bug or something. It's got to be, you know, something serious for me to catch it, or Grant. I think in 20 years Grant's only ever been sick twice. And if we are, it's just a 24-hour thing and it's gone. But yeah, she was fine. She's been out walking most days. She went out for a massive bike ride today. Then I picked her up, and me and her, because Millie was out to the cinema with a friend in Hereford. They went on the bus this morning to see the new Venom film, because she loves them films, which she thoroughly enjoyed, she said. And Jess had been off biking, 4-mile bike ride this morning with her friend, so I picked her up about 2, and then we popped to Bill. And I had a cup of coffee and a piece of Barbreath, and she had an appetizer and a piece of tiffin. So, and then we come home. So it's quite nice. Pups wasn't very impressed with us because we left her behind. Usually we would take her, but I didn't bother this time. There's 2 more lines there. But I had the dog again then. We're going to sit in the hallway and sulk. That's fine by me. She can if she wants to. Yeah, I went to have my eyes tested yesterday, because when I do stuff like this and working on anything close, cross stitching, whatever, I've got my reading glasses on now, which is all right for this. But when I do cross stitching, I need to see the stitches. I can't focus very well. So I went to, and I wanted the back of my eyes tested as well, because my dad's got glaucoma now in both eyes. So I wanted to test the health of my eyes, just peace of mind. And the opticians in Hereford, they do the full works. So, well, you pay, I get my eye test free, but if I want to go in depth to the back of the eyes and all that, the health, you just pay extra, which I did, because I just wanted peace of mind, because it's my biggest fear. Not that I want to lose my limb or my hearing or anything, but I'd rather lose that than my sight, because I don't think I'd cope. So I paid the extra. So me and Grant took the day off, so it was nice. Me and him went. We left the dog here because Millie was here, and We had a nice few hours together, and I went and had my eyes tested. So he's given me a prescription now. He said the glasses I've got are okay for doing stuff like this, but I needed another pair of glasses, a lot stronger, for close work, because my eyes don't work together very well. He said you need that to try and compensate for that. He said that's why you're having trouble, because they don't work together, they're not focusing together properly. So he said this should help. So they had a buy one get one free offer on, which is even better. So I went over and I spotted, and it wasn't in the cheap range, but it was in fairly cheap range. And it was £69 for 2 pairs. So, and the 2 pairs, I chose a blue pair and a purple pair, but I didn't want ones that had these bits on, you know, these little hooks here, because if I'm going to be doing sewing and stuff, I'm forever I take these on and off, and I can't put them on my head because these catch in my hair or on my clothes or anything. But if I put the ones that are, you know, the plastic bits are all built in, I can. So that's the ones I've gone for. So I chose a purple pair and a blue pair, which I think suits me. Even Grant said that, and went to have them fitted, and they fit me perfectly. So that was, it'd be made even quicker, and I don't have to go in to have them fitted because it's over an hour away again. Because the frames are perfectly fit for my face, and they haven't got the nose piece on them, so I haven't got to worry about that. And the length of the piece that goes on your ears was perfect as well. So they're going to send them in the post. So he said it should be about a week. Might get them a bit sooner. So yeah, so it was worth going for that. We had a cup of coffee together and a toasty sandwich for our lunch, and it was nice. Just sat talking and walking around and having a look in a few little shops and quirky shops and stuff, which we don't do if we've got the dog and the kids. So yeah, it was really, really nice. And we don't get a chance to be just the two of us. Very, very rare. It's just the two of us on our own. Because somebody always wants to come, which we don't mind, don't get me wrong, but you know, sometimes it's nice just to be Caroline and Grant. So yeah, so it was a nice day, and there's a nice veg and fruit and veg shop that's open there, the proper greengrocers, and I haven't seen a proper greengrocers like that for years, and it has got so much stuff, and it's such good value for money. So we went in there and got some nice veg and stuff and fruit. And the kids were like, wow, how come we got this? Because they love pomegranates, but usually they're like £1.50 each. And this one was 4 for £1. They were slightly smaller than the normal ones we get, but not much. So they were happy. Yeah, so then me and Jess went Christmas shopping. That candle is spice berries and apples. I want a candle that's really Christmassy smell. I'm not sure what kind of Christmassy smell I want. My Christmas smell reminds me of like sausage rolls and mince pies cooking and spices and stuff like that, and Christmas cake cooking, but I don't know what kind of candle I want. So have you got a Christmas smell that you like? Let me know down below. Or a candle smell that you really like. Or have you got any ideas where I can get a nice Christmas scented candle? I'd love to know. Oh, there's one. I would. So I bought that one from the supermarket. Only £3.50, which I didn't think was bad. And it does smell lovely. So I'm going to love you and leave you. I haven't got much else to say, so I'm going to go off to bed now. So I've been chatting for about 25 minutes. I know it's only a short one, but you know, these things happen. I'm going to leave this out for tonight. Might work on it in the morning. So I'll say thank you ever so much for watching. Take care, look after yourselves, and stay safe. Love you all. Bye.